folks. I've got a little how-to guide for you on dialectical journals, both what they are, how we're going to access them. We're going to actually have a little modeling of one, and then how to save it back into our Schoology account so that can be graded. So the first thing is what is a dialectical journal? What does it do? Well, it's a place for us to keep our thoughts, our ideas, anything that we notice from the text, and it's broken up into two different columns. The column on the left here is where we take direct quotes, keywords, details, summaries from the text, and we're going to put those in these boxes over here. Now, once I put something in this box right here, it's important that I also use this right-hand side in which I will put my own thoughts or questions, any response that I might have to what I've just read. And then after I've gotten through with my text, I'm going to write a quick summary of the text as a whole right here. These are important because we will use them later in our writings. We will use them throughout the unit, and we want to be able to access those details that may have been 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and not as clear as we want to. So we'll use these quite a bit. So I've put a couple of resources in for you that'll help you navigate those dialectical journals. For example, I've got some questions that you should ask yourself as you read. Anything from, do the characters remind you of anyone else, to how might this affect the character later, and what surprised you as you read. But these questions are things that you're going to want to use as you go through the reading, and think about these types of things so that you are interacting with the text in a meaningful way. One thing that I sometimes have trouble with is getting started, so I've given you some sentence starters as well to help you fill in either the left or the right hand. These are really helpful if you're feeling stuck. Let's get started, and the first thing we have to do is we have to open a document from Schoology, and then I always want us to save it to our language arts file so that it is always in the same place and we can easily access it. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to Schoology, and we're going to open the folder called Practice Items, open the document called Dialectical Journals, and then we're going to save it to our language arts folder in our documents. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to select File, Save As, Browse, Language Arts, Open, and then Save. So let's go ahead and walk that through right here, and let's see that. So in Schoology, we're going to be in that Practice Items folder. There's the Dialectical Journals assignment, and then we have this file right here that I've put in there for you. You're going to see that it pops up down here in the left-hand corner, so you select it. It'll open up, and you're going to come up here to File, Save As, and then you have to hit Browse down here at the bottom, and Documents, Language Arts, Open, and then you'll hit Save. Now I've already got it in there, so I'm not going to hit it again. So then you'll have this document saved into your language arts folder, and we'll be ready to move from there. So the next thing I want to talk to you about is that a handy little tool that we have is something called Split View. And Split View allows us to view two different documents at the same time. And since we're going to be using our notes and reading a document online, I thought this would be a handy tool to show you. So let's go ahead and take a look at how Split View works right now. Here's the text we're going to be using. I'm going to go ahead and turn on that, and we just click, drag it over until you see it do that little thing, and you let go, and it pops right there. Now, then it gives me the option to pick my second window that I want, and I'm going to take my dialectical journal template, and I'll be ready to go. So let's look at how this is going to work. So I've got my article here, Unreliable Memories, and what I'll do is I'll just start reading through it, and as I come across something I think is important, I'll add it into my notes. So as I'm reading, I think, oh, this is interesting, so I'm going to go ahead and throw in a detail there that people think that their brains as computers, that their memories get stored away for future use. And then I'm thinking, well, I don't know. Well, I know that my computer sometimes crashes, so does that mean that my memories can crash too? And what if it does? And I continue to move through the text, and I see that we suppress memories, and memory is unreliable. Oh, I think that sounds pretty important, so I'm going to add that into my notes as well. Memories are actually reconstructed from little pieces, and so that means that they're not all in one place. Man, each memory is a puzzle piece, I'm thinking, and if I lose puzzle pieces, I can't complete the puzzle. Does that mean that my memories could be incomplete? And all right, so I'm going to scroll on down through here for most of us. I'm reading and reading, and I see this detail that I think, well, memory is flexible. And so I'm going to say, in my own thoughts, I'm going to ask myself a question: should I rely on something that is not set in stone? And I'm reading further, and I come across my next one, which is we remember things incompletely, and either for the good or the bad. And my thought is, well, geez, if I thought it was, if I have a thought, I was part of a story and I realized it was just remembering that I've heard this story before. That's happened to me. I've had those unreliable memories. So that's my own personal experience with that. And then I keep reading, and I see that a lot of people have been put behind bars, and well, that seems like maybe we shouldn't be as trusting of eyewitness statements as we are. So now we'll just assume, I don't want to go through the whole thing because I mean, it's not super long, but this is just for a show. So I've gotten to the part now where I'm ready to summarize. So I've read the whole article and I decide that maybe this article is the fact that our memories can't be trusted as we thought. So maybe we should take some steps to help combat this. So now I'm all finished. I'm ready to complete my notes and I'm ready to submit them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here and hit the save button, and that'll save it back to my language arts folder. And then I'm ready to save my work back to my language folder. I've done that, yep. And so now I'm ready to submit my work. So what I need to do is reopen Schoology, open the folder titled practice items, go all through that again, and then select the submit button. So let's take a look at how that works right here. I'll be in practice center. I don't have this screen, unfortunately. I can't show you, but right over here on your guys' screen, it'll say submit. You click the submit button. There'll be a little another button for you to push that is where you upload it. Then you just go to that language arts folder, select the file you want to upload, hit open, and you are done. So this is just a quick little tutorial on how to get to our dialectical journals from Schoology, what they are, how we're going to use them, how to submit them when you're all done so that you can get them graded. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.